When he was nearly 13, my brother Jem got his arm badly broken at the elbow. When it healed, and Jem's fears of never being able to play football were assuaged, he was seldom self-conscious about his injury. His left arm was somewhat shorter than his right. When he stood or walked, the back of his hand was at right angles to his body, his thumb parallel to his thigh. He couldn't have cared less, so long as he could pass and punt. When enough years had gone by to enable us to look back on them, we sometimes discussed the events leading to his accident. I maintain that the evils started it all, but Jem, who was 4 years my senior, said it started long before that. He said it began the summer Dill came to us, when Dill first gave us the idea of making Boo Radley come out. I said if we wanted to take a broad view of the thing, it really began with Andrew Jackson. If General Jackson hadn't run the creeks up the creek, Simon Finch would never have paddled up the Alabama. And where would we be if we hadn't? We were far too old to settle an argument with a fist fight, so we consulted Atticus. Our father said we were both right. Being Southerners, it was a source of shame to some members of the family that we had no recorded ancestors on either side of the Battle of Hastings. All we had was Simon Finch, a fur-trapping apothecary from Cornwall, whose piety was exceeded only by his stinginess. In England, Simon was irritated by the persecution of those who called themselves Methodists at the hands of their more liberal brethren. And as Simon called himself a Methodist, he worked his way across the Atlantic to Philadelphia, thence to Jamaica, thence to Mobile, and up the St. Stephen's, mindful of John Wesley's strictures on the use of many words and buying and selling. Simon made a pile, practicing medicine. Before we move on, I would like you guys to hit a pause and please subscribe to the channel. It's free of cost and you can always change your mind. And yes, what a way to start the BookTube journey yet again with an extract from a very new genre. It's a coming-of-age novel, and it's the best one in the American literature, winning the Pulitzer Prize as well. Yes, I'm giving out way too many hints, but that's what it is. And it's me, Prithu Shandilya, the co-founder of BookTube, back after a long time. I hope you are up to date with the socials. The links will be up on your screen and also the video description. And I hope you guys are following us through this. Now let's move on to the second extract from this book. Mormons had a lean time of it, for the evils gave the dump a thorough cleaning every day. And the fruits of their industry, those that were not eaten, made the plot of ground around the cabin look like the playhouse of an insane child. What passed for a fence was bits of tree limbs, broomsticks, and tool shafts, all tipped with rusty hammerheads, snaggle-toothed rakeheads, shovels, axes, and grubbing hoes, held on with pieces of barbed wire. Enclosed by this barricade was a dirty yard containing the remains of a Model T Ford, on blocks, a discarded dentist's chair, an ancient icebox, plus lesser items, old shoes, worn-out table radios, picture frames, fruit jars, under which scrawny orange chickens pegged hopefully. One corner of the yard, though, bewildered Maycomb. Against the fence, in a line, were 6 chipped enamel slop jars, holding brilliant red geraniums cared for as tenderly as if they belonged to Miss Maudie Atkinson. Had Miss Maudie deigned to permit a geranium on her premises? People said they were Mayella evils. Nobody was quite sure how many children were on the place. Some people said 6, others said 9. There were always several dirty-faced ones at the windows when anyone passed by. Nobody had occasions to pass by except at Christmas, when the churches delivered baskets, and when the mayor of Maycomb asked us to please help the garbage collector by dumping our own trees and trash. Atticus took with him last Christmas when he compiled with the mayor's request. A dirt road ran from the highway past the dump down to a small Negro settlement some 500 yards beyond the evils. It was necessary either to back out to the highway or go the full length of the road and turn around. Most people turn around at the end. In the frosty December dusk, their cabins looked neat and snug with pale blue smoke rising from the chimneys and smells about of chicken, bacon frying crisp in the twilight air. This was the evil residence. To Kill a Mockingbird is a novel by the American author Harper Lee, and that's what we were discussing throughout these extracts. It was published in 1960 and was instantly successful. In the United States, it is widely read in high schools and middle schools. To Kill a Mockingbird has become a classic of modern American literature, winning the Pulitzer Prize, as I stated. The plots and the characters, the subplots, are loosely based on Lee's observations of her family, her neighbors, and an event that occurred near her hometown of Monroeville, Alabama, in 1936 when she was 10. Despite dealing with the serious issues of rape and racial inequality, the novel is renowned for its warmth and humor. Atticus Finch, the narrator's father, has served as a moral hero for readers and as a model of integrity for lawyers. The historian in this explains in the 20th century, To Kill a Mockingbird is probably the most widely read book dealing with race in America, and its main character, Atticus Finch, the most enduring fictional image of racial heroism. And it was a widely celebrated novel, still celebrated to this date, and one of finest Harper Lee's works. It's available for a price of 370 rupees on Amazon.in. And that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for sticking with me. It's been a long time, but yes, we'll be more consistent with uploads. Stay tuned and keep enjoying books. A happy week ahead from my side. Cheers and namaste. This is Prithu Shandilla, the co-founder of BookTube, signing off.